Brisbane, Australia, 1989. When a bank card was found inside the shoe of a man who had been stabbed multiple times, police weren't expecting the story that would follow. 4 women were implicated, 1 admitted to murder, and the extraordinary claims surrounding the crime would turn a brutal murder into one of Australia's strangest criminal cases. This is the story of Tracey Wigginton, the woman they called the Vampire Killer.
Footprints in blood.
On the night of the 20th of October, Edward Baldock, a Brisbane City Council worker and family man, had been out drinking in Kangaroo Point. Around midnight, while making his way home, a Holden Commodore pulled up and the women inside engaged with Edward. Tracy Waugh, Kim Jervis, Lisa Pachinski and Tracey Wigginton. Convincing him to get into the car, the group drove to Orley Park on the banks of the Brisbane River. Edward and Wigginton headed towards the river, with Lisa following shortly afterwards, leaving Waugh and Jervis behind. Edward undressed, neatly folded his clothes and placed them by his shoes, before Wigginton attacked him with a knife. It's possible that shortly before the attack, Edward spotted Wigginton's bank card on the ground and mistook it for his own. One explanation for how it came to be inside his shoe. Within 24 hours, Tracey Wigginton was arrested. The other 3 women surrendered shortly afterwards. Initially, Wigginton denied any wrongdoing, but when police convinced her they had statements from her companions implicating her, she gave a full confession, taking responsibility for the murder. Wigginton would later plead guilty, meaning there would be no murder trial, but it was the claims made by the other 3 women that would give this case its notoriety. The trial of Pachinski, Waugh and Jervis began in early 1991. Through testimony and police interviews, the women claimed they had gone out that night knowing Wigginton wanted blood and that the purpose was to find someone she could feed from. Pachinski's defense mainly focused on the intense nature of her relationship with Wigginton, claiming she was psychologically dominated by her. She testified that Wigginton would consume the blood of pigs or cows, and when that did not satisfy her, Pachinski would offer her own wrist. On the night of the murder, Pachinski claimed Wigginton entered a feeding frenzy and looked like she had just finished a 3-course meal. Waugh and Jervis gave equally disturbing accounts, telling the court that Wigginton openly admitted she was a vampire. They claimed she avoided mirrors and sunlight, wearing dark clothing to limit her exposure. During her interrogation, Waugh called Wigginton the Devil's Bride, who possessed supernatural powers capable of manipulation and control. It was extraordinary testimony like this that generated huge media interest in the case and helped create the infamous nickname, the Vampire Killer. Lisa Pachinski was found guilty of murder, receiving a life sentence. She was paroled in 2008. Kim Jervis was convicted of manslaughter, sentenced to 18 years and paroled in 1999. Tracy Waugh, who had remained in the car during the murder, was acquitted. And Tracey Wigginton, after being denied parole on multiple occasions, was eventually released in 2012 after more than 20 years behind bars. In 2019, it was reported she had posted images involving vampires and human remains on social media. But regardless of the motives or theories of the supernatural that came to surround this case, an innocent man was still murdered, and a possible drunken mistake, placing someone else's bank card inside his shoe, helped lead police directly to his killer. Until next time, stay watchful, stay curious, and as always, follow the footprints. Remember the forgotten.